Second lesson, The Secret of Work, written by Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda, young superhero, all likes the philosophy of the Vivekanandas, and especially youth festivals have been arranged in the name of Vivekananda to know more about, as the youth are very interested and the followers are more for Vivekananda. Today we are going to learn one of his sayings, the secret of the work, why he became so identified throughout the nation, and is one of the famous personality where all has his great fame. The fame doesn't come on the spot, but his hard work has proved that Vivekananda is none but there is no alternate for Vivekananda. And his works, if we imagine what the secret he is going to elaborate to the youth. Vivekananda always speaks to youth. He never show interest on childhood or something like old age people, but he gives a call for all the youth because there are a lot of youth facing the problems. So today we are going to discuss about the second lesson, the secret of the work. His work's secret, what he played in his life to become so fame. The reputation won't come once for all. So after coming the good fame, we have to withstand for that good fame. Let us start the lesson. Do you feel happy while working? Everybody feels happy for the work because there are unemployed who are not having their works without work, and so they are called as unemployed. All the employees who are very enthusiastic, they were very happy and getting into the works because of their earnings or something like. But one has to be like a earning purpose. We are supposed to work. Do you work as a minister or as a slave? While working, how we behave as a slave or as a hero, that is a minister. Vivekananda focused our intention to work as a master and not as a slave. Everybody today, their intention is, I must do, again I must wake up, again I must eat. See the routine. All they fell into the routine and hide themselves that they are lazy. The word it is repeated means it is nothing but laziness. To come out of our laziness, Vivekananda gives a call for the youth especially not to be like a slave and behave ourselves as a master. How do you think the problems of the world can be solved? Is there any solution for the present situation? Yes, there is. We can't straight away sit like that because of the cold. How long we can sit and how long we can stay, it's impossible task. Yes, exactly. We have to progress in our life. We must come forward and learn something. In that learning, we can have a solution for the problem. Do you believe that humans suffer by selfless works. Yes, selfless works. It helps us to forego all our difficulties, our situations. Is the secret of success based on the nature of a work. These are all the points Vivekananda stresses to get into the speech. Yes, read the essay to find out. The miseries of the world cannot be cured by physical help only until man's nature changes. These physical needs will always arise and miseries will always be felt, and no amount of physical help will cure them completely. Physical helps are many more, and we are very need of our physical needs. Every need must be fulfilled. For this, we are supposed to do our hard work. Always while doing our work, the physical needs will be solved, and we are supposed to be in the process. The only solution of this problem is to make mankind pure. See, without thinking the second thought, if we move on in our progressive life, it will be easy to solve our problems. Ignorance is the mother of all the evils and all the miseries we see. Ignorance. Ignorance means unknowing, unknown, illiterate, we can say. Illiterates, ignorant people we used to call. Why we call them as ignorant? They are unknown to that situation. So here ignorance is the what's the point he stresses? Ignorance is the mother of all the evils and all the misery we see. What all the miseries today we are seeing is nothing but the ignorance. Because of this, our ignorance. What is this ignorance? All the way we are going through this word irritably. Ignorance. Telidu. Whatever we are asked by, we used to answer Telidu. See, unknowingness is the miseries of the evils. That here, author wants us to be known. From unknown world to the known we must come out. Everywhere we are going through each and every step, we come to be known. From unknown to the known we must. That is the meaning of the life. Exactly, we came into the world unknowingly or knowingly, and we are not having any rule that everything must be known to us. The unknown must be known with the support of known power. Yes? Already the word we heard from the Vivekananda, that there is no word in his dictionary called impossible. Impossible. The word itself focuses, it is possible with the prefix im. This is prefix and possible. Impossible itself hides the word possible. Yes, known hides the prefix unknown. So we must come out of that unknown to the known language. Yes. Coming to the next line. Let men have light. Let them be pure and spiritually strong and educated. Then alone all misery ceases in the world, not before. We may convert every house in the country into a charity asylum. everywhere we are very supposed to have a charity. Charity asylum. A home must be like a charity home. What is this charity? Giving to others. Giving our alms to others. Alms in the sense, not our alms. Giving alms. Just we are supposed to give a free of gifting. Gifting others. Gifting others is called charity. Out of our charity we have to help others and we must give into the charity asylums. The next line. We may fill the land with hospitals, but the misery of man will still continue to exist until man's character changes. This giving nature when we adopt is unless we have a change in ourselves. If we love ourselves, then as our enemies, that is the philosophy given by Christ. One has to love our enemies as we love ourselves. Yes, similarly, if we have the nature of giving, that man will be always in a position to give the alms. That is charity asylum. Every house will turn into a charitable house, asylum. Yes. We read in Bhagavad Gita again and again that we must all work incessantly without strain, without any resurrection, that is a restriction. We are supposed to work continuously without feeling any difficulty. I am not saying that there is no difficulty in work. We need exactly. We have difficulties, just we have to overcome that incessantly. So, hard work is very compulsory one. All work is by nature composed of good and evil. Every work comes with, in every work there will be good and evil. Good will be there and the bad works will be there. Yet the work we are given by, we are supposed to do. We wish to do all the good works and give up the evil works. That's it. The work will be very successful. We cannot do any work which will do not some good somewhere. There cannot be any work which will not cause some harm somewhere. Everywhere there is good and bad, and good fellows will select the good path, whereas the evil people they select for the bad path. What may be, it is good to work. There cannot be any work which will not cause some harm somewhere. Here we must pay attention. It must not harm any others. Either it may be good work or bad work. In your view, your work is very good. And in my view, the same I think that I am doing is good. In these two, one must not be the sufferer. The victim must not be suffered. Every work most necessarily be a mixture of good and evil. You are commanded to work incessantly. Good and evil will both have their results. Good action will entail upon us good effect, and bad actions bad. But good and bad are both bondages of the soul. The solution reached in the Gita is regarded to the cramping influence of work is that if we do not attach ourselves to it, It will not hold our soul in bondage. See, with the doing good and bad, one must not hurt our soul. See, the good and bad, it is a good and it is a bad. In between, the soul will be there, which must not be accustomed. It must not be hurted. You don't hurt the soul. Hurting soul is dangerous thing. One must be always, good teachings leads you to do the good work. Wrong teachings will always leads us to the wrong side. And in between the good and bad, our soul must not be hurted. This is the one central idea in the Gita, work incessantly. Again and again, Bhagavad Gita stresses that we must work incessantly without failures, that is restlessness, without our interruptions. We must go through the work. The result will be given by God. Just our duty is to do the work. But be not attached to it. Samskara can be translated very nearly by inherent tendency. We must learn the word called samskara. All the people today learns education more and get many more marks. And what about the word samskara? It is left away. Because of the online classes, it is no reason that we can't teach samskara in the classroom. No more moral learnings. Giving class is a big headache because of the videos. And what about the word samskara? Samskaram leni saduvu sunyam. So, one must improve samskara in ourselves. How the samskara will inhabit in us is if we go on learning books, reading books, makes us to move morally in the out of the society. How to move in the society. Samskara can be translated very nearly by inherent tendency. Using the simile of a lake for the mind, a very ripple, a very wave that rises in the mind when it subsides does not die out entirely but leaves a mark and a future possibility of that wave coming out again. If we stand near a lake, here the word lake is given. If the river, the beach, what made? The water which wrinkles because of the rays which are rippled from, all subsides, is it? The sounds, the big sounds will be coming when we stand near by the seashore. Because of the waves tendency, the frequency of the water flow, etc., makes the ears vibrate. Every work that all do, every movement of the body, every thought that we think leaves such an impression on mind stuff. And even when such impressions are not obvious on the surfaces, that are sufficiently strong to work beneath the surface, subconsciously, unknowingly, we are doing all the works. Knowingly also we perform such duties. Unknowingly we do many more works. Telukokunda jarigipoyindi madam. Yes, exactly. That unknowingness leads us to the knowingness by doing such works. It is possible only through reading books, studying the books. Reading makes a man perfect. Once again, we are supposed to attach it to the first lesson of studies. So, every line is prominent, every instance is prominent in the life. What we are every moment is determined by the sum total of these impressions of the mind. What I am just at this moment is the effect of the sum total of all impressions of my past life. This is really what is meant by character. Coming to the word character, character plays a major role in the life. One must have a good character. Good character. Character employs behavior. Our behavior reflects our character, and our character implies behavior. Of course, today there is a saying, నీ ఫ్రెండ్ పేరు చెప్తే నువ్వేంటో నేను చెప్తాను. The fellowship, what we are doing, where we are with, it depends on the character, the behavior. These both words go simultaneously. Character is good, our behavior will be good always. If we are good in our behavior, the character will be developed through our good behavior. So, these are the synonymic words, and there is no alternate for it. One must possess a good character. What I am just the moment is the effect of some of the total impression of my past life. This is really what is meant by character. Each man's character is determined by the sum total of these impressions. If good impressions prevail, the character becomes good. If bad, it becomes bad. If a man continuously hears bad words, thinks bad thoughts, does bad actions, his mind will be full of bad impressions, and they will influence his thought and work without his being conscious of the fact. In fact, these bad impressions are always working, and their resultant must be evil. You underline these lines. If the impression falls on one, the good, it remains good. If the impression starts negatively that he is bad, each and every step will be with the bad. If you observe, if bad becomes bad, a man continuously hears bad words, think bad thoughts, see words, bad words, thoughts, bad actions, and their result will be evil. See the word, bad words, thoughts, actions, the results leads to evil. So once we have to take a decision that one must not be in a bad way. Still the words about the badness, that man will be a bad man, he cannot help it. The sum total of these impressions in him will create the strong motive power for doing bad actions. He will be like a machine in the hands of this impression, and they will force him to do evil. Always being bad, this bad, it makes the man a machine. If he thinks to do good, even the society won't leave him to be like a good, because the impression was already bad. He can't get into another impression. If he tries also, he is being a mission in the hands of the evil. He must withstand with only the impression called bad. Similarly, if a man thinks good thoughts and good works, the sum total of these impressions will be good, and in a similar manner will force him to do good even in spite of himself. When a man has done so much good work and thought, so many good thoughts, that there is an irresistible tendency in him to do good in spite of himself, and even if he wishes to do evil, his mind, as the sum total of his tendencies, will not allow him to do so. The tendency will turn him bad. When such is the case, the man's good character is said to be established. The good will be established. Bad, how the mission makes the man into worse stage. Similarly, good makes the man to establish. Establish means makes the person in a good fame. Good fame. Fame means name. Good name, a good reputation. How the celebrities today have their own identity. Like that. Because of their being doing good in themselves, they are established well in their leadings. And so they are called as celebrities. And there is similar manner will force him to do good even in spite of himself. When a man has done so much good work and thought, so many good thoughts, that there is an irresistible tendency in him to do good. In spite of himself, even if he wishes to do evil, his mind, as the sum total of his tendencies, will not allow him to do so. The tendencies will turn him bad. When such is the case, a man's good character is said to be established. Even a good man wishes to do a bad thing, tendency, the wish, the spirit won't allow the man to do the bad, the worst thing, because he is the fellow with all the good qualities. As the bad man cannot do the good man cannot do the bad. That is the equation here we are supposed to learn from our own experiences. For establishing, many more people want to be highlighted their names all the way. You the children want to know everywhere in the campus your name. Isn't it? Palana student ante, it's very familiar. Why you used to call like that? A familiar personality? Because of their good do's or don'ts, or something like the fame they gained with their own identity. We used to call them their established. Everybody today wants to be established, to get a good fame. The name must be popularized in or out of the society. Everywhere we must be in their mouths. We wish like that. Yet for that, the secret is to work without stop and be sincere in our character. Our character must be good. Then we will be in a celebrity mode. We are established. Coming to the next paragraph, as the tortoise, here he is giving one of the simile. You please try to understand this. The tortoise head instead inside the shell, and you may kill it and break it in pieces, and yet it will not come out. Even so, the character, that man who has control over his motives and organs, is unchangeably established. He controls his own inner forces, and nothing can draw them out against his will. By this continuous reflex of good thoughts, good impressions moving over the surface of the mind, the tendency for doing good becomes strong, and as a result we feel able to control the indriyas, the sense organs, the nerve centers. Thus alone will character be established. Then alone a man gets to truth. Such a man is safe forever. He cannot do any evil. You can place him in any company. There will be no danger for him. There is a still higher state than having this good tendency, and that is the desire for the liberation. Liberation means full freedom. One who has the good mood, good tendency, we improve. It leads us to the liberation. Liberation, of course, the freedom where the persons waiting for. We are very interested to have our own freedom. Freedom of living. There is no doubt we have freedom of rights, freedom of liberty, and freedom of expressions. The words which we express want to be in a freeness. That liberation when we can taste is when we experiences the work of our secret is none but the character. The character when we involve in our behavior, we ourselves will be free out of the bondage. This freedom opposite out of bondage. Of course, slavery also we can say. Slavery, out of our slavery, we will be reflexed into tendencies of liberty. Of course, the example, tortoise. The shell of the tortoise will be strong enough. What may the rain comes, what may the sun arises, what may it falls, it never bothers. Tortoise will be safe in between the shell and the ground. The house of the tortoise very strong enough. That is not the house, actually we must call it as a shell. What may the rain comes or goes, the sun rise until it will stay alone inside and faces its difficulties. As immediately the difficulties runs away in the society, that is the rain or the shine, the tortoise slowly come into the world. Meanwhile, all the difficulties were faced by the tortoise even in the nutshell itself. It won't come out from the shell because of the dangers. So sometimes we may feel to be like that. The COVID, what presently it is doing is everywhere we must hide ourselves, hiding in our rooms, being alone, not to share, not to shake even our hands with others. So shaking hand is also a sin today. That is the situation of the COVID what we are experiencing today. So the difficulties comes, we are supposed to withstand with them, and we must stay inner itself as the tortoise be inside the shell for a long moment until the situations come into silence how they are. We are supposed there is a thorn in my finger and I use another to take the first one out. When I have taken it out, I throw both of them aside. I have no necessity for keeping the second thorn because both are thorns after all. If the thorn appears in our hand, we'll say it's paining. It's paining. Just we say so. It's paining. What to do? To get rid of that pain, we must remove that thorn. That is the only solution. Keeping the thorn in the hand and saying repeatedly it's paining, there will be no more alternate for it except we are supposed to remove that thorn. The second one appears. Exactly, there is no alternate. We have to remove it. As we done earlier, the first we removed, we are supposed to remove the second one too. Similarly, the thorns in the life will comes and goes. Just our share is to remove the thorns with our difficulties. I have no necessity for keeping the second thorn. So the bad tendencies are to be counteracted by the good ones, and the bad impressions on the mind should be removed by the fresh waves of good ones until all that is evil almost disappear or is subdued and held in control in a corner of the mind. But after that, the good tendencies have also to be conquered. Thus, the attached become the unattached. Work, but let not the action or thought produces a deep impression on the mind. Let the ripples comes and goes. Let huge actions proceed from the muscles and the brain, but let them not make any deep impression on the soul. Here especially writer talks about the soul that attach, the good reflects bad and the bad reacts with the good. What may be? Some are attached or some are detached. The soul must be not be repelled, it must not be broken or something like the river vibrating, counteracted by the good ones, and the bad impressions on the mind should be removed by the fresh waves of good ones until all that is evil almost disappear or is subdued and held in control in a corner of the mind. But after that, the good tendencies have also to be conquered. Thus, the attached become the unattached. Work, but let not the action or thought produces a deep impression on the mind. Let the ripples comes and goes. Let huge actions proceed from the muscles and the brain, but let them not make any deep impression on the soul. Here especially writer talks about the soul that attach, the good reflects bad and the bad reacts with the good. What may be? Some are attached or some are detached. The soul must be not be repelled, it must not be broken or something like the river vibrating. Our soul must be crystal clear, antaratma. We must respect our soul and we must be in a process to be act as a good because proceeds from the muscles and the brain, but let them not make any deep impression on the soul. See, the muscles, the brain, why the blood clots today appears more and more. The surgeons are, why they are made very frequently. because we are disturbing our soul. We are not hearing to the word of the soul, and we are making all the evils which interrupts, which disturbs our muscle, body, and just the mind is upset, and the clots are clotting in the minds. Instead, if we listen to our elders, what they say is good, just we are supposed to follow them. And so, we can be fit and healthy instead of blood clots. If we wish for having a sound health, we must obey all our elders' words. Madam? No, it won't reflect. What I want to say is, we must to be in sound in health, one must obey our elders. That is what we used to do in the pledge. I respect all my teachers, elders, parents without any. So we are supposed to follow the pledge. And that is the reason why daily in the prayer we perform the pledge. Of course, today we are missing, and no question of all such steps. Don't think that it is forever, or sort of a moment. For this academic year we may miss, but for the next coming days we are going to have the same classes with the same prayers. Don't be disturbed. That is the good expectation for the future. Right. How can this be done? We see the impression of any action to which we get attached remains. I may meet hundreds of persons during the day, and among them meet also one whom I love. And when I retire at night, I may try to think all of the faces I saw, but only that face comes before the mind. The face which I met perhaps only 1 minute and which I loved. All the others have vanished. My attachment to this particular person caused a deeper impression on my mind than all the others' faces. Psychologically, the impressions have all been the same. See the impression, the word impression here, the task, the daily routine. We meet several persons, several reasons and several causes for we meeting the people. Meanwhile, in favor, if we received those views or ideas from the received person, the aspect will be different. In case we received in an opposite way, that is in a negative sense, exactly our heart will be, our soul will be disturbed because of saying such words that no. Sir said no for me. Why? Sir said, Madam said no for me. Why? What is the reason? No permission was given for me. Why? See the impression, when we return into the bed, we again go our mind to that morning situation what we face. Why the sir said no? Why Madam said no for me? Why he doesn't give me permission? The negative thoughts, what we reflected, maybe the good, more negatives dominates our mind. ఇలా జరిగింది ఏమిటి, ఈరోజు ఇలా జరిగింది ఏమిటి, ఎందుకు జరిగింది? Repeatedly we focus our intention to that, and so it happens, generally it happens. If we met a loud person who we loved, and if we met him, the same feeling will be in a different mood, in a happy mood. And with our happiness, out of our happiness, our pleasure, we repeatedly thinks and rethinks. It is called memorizing, is it? We memorize the personality. My attachment to this particular person caused a deeper impression on my mind than all the other phases psychologically. The impressions have all been the same. It remains the same. Therefore, be unattached. Let the brain centers work incessantly, but let not the mind be affected. See, imagination is not wrong. We are supposed to imagine, we think. Thinking is not bad at all, but rethinking and more overthinking makes the muscles strain, and immediately what happens? It leads to the dangerous mode. Overthinking is not good for health. So, it is better to be unattached. Touch me not, like that. What the precautions given by the government to forego this COVID, we are following today because it is the safest. Stay home, stay safe is the logo given by the government. We are all experiencing staying at homes and being safe zone. If we coming out of our houses, what we tasted, we are tasted in different angles, is it? Wearing mask, using sanitizer, even though maintaining distance, even we are feared for it. Exactly after going inside the house, immediately we wish to get into again resanitizing. Again and again sanitizing, cleaning ourselves perfectly. Why the fear? Yes, the fear of death. COVID may attack at any moment, and so we are feared and doing every work. So it is very good to be unattached and just what the work we are supposed to do, we must. This world is not our habitation. It is only one of the many stages through which we are passing. The gist of this teaching is that you should work like a master and not like a slave. The character here, the good things, the popularity once we gained, everything is good enough, but among these all, we must not become a slave. Just we must be like a master. Behave like a master. Nobody can be altogether at rest. 99% of mankind will work like slaves, and the result is misery. See the situation? Boss dominates, is it? Always the heads, they dominate, and we the people, we must face the misery, the struggle, the fear of the boss makes us not to concentrate on the work. Emantaro, emo. See the fear makes the man in a miserable way. It work through freedom, work through love. The word love is very difficult to understand. Love never comes until there is freedom. See, love. I love my country because there is freedom in our sentence. I love my country. Can we say easily, I love my enemy? The day must come that we must love our enemy. Then only Swami Vivekananda's words will become true. That must be the capacity. I love my country. I love my enemy. Work through love. How to work? Through love. Of course, its saying is very easy. We can't do our work with love. Daily routine we used to work. So the word love is very difficult to understand. Love never comes until there is freedom. There is no true love possible in the slave. While he is stressing us to work like a master and not like a slave. This slave has no freedom. In slavery, there will be no freedom, and so we must be like a master. Master, how he will be? Is he timid? Master will be timid, always fear. If master is fearful, how can he do the work? So, still he is under the slave, that we have to mind. If master is in fear, exactly, we can imagine that he is under the slavery. Boss is a boss who is a master of all. Master. About the master, there is a original master in the heaven. So we must fear for that master. Here the boss fears for the master, and the slave also fears for the master. So the word master, Guruga, is the celebrating word. There can be no love in us. Our work is not a true work. This is true of work done for relatives and friends, and is true of work done for our own slaves. Selfish work is slave's work, and here is a test. Every act of love brings happiness. There is no act of love which does not bring peace and blessedness as its reaction. Real existence, real knowledge, and real love are eternally connected with one another. See, one has to possess these qualities. Real existence, knowledge, real love. We must possess these three R's in the life to come. Real existence, survival in the life. Knowledge, awareness of our from unknown to the known. Real love, when we are capable to love our enemies, that is the real love. Loving our neighbors is not even word. So we are supposed to love our enemies to have the real love. Real existence, real knowledge, and real love makes us to move further forward, successful life. This is true of the work done for relatives and friends, and it's true for work done for our own selves. Selfish work is a slave's work. Yes, selfish work is a slave work. See the word. Selfish work is a slave work. So one must not be selfish in our doings. Every act of love brings happiness. There is no act of love which does not bring peace and blessedness. So there is opposite. Every act of love brings happiness. There is no act of love which does not brings peace and bliss. If we have this blessed, we want to be blessed future, the blessed life. Everybody wish for blessings. For happy birthday, we go and take the blessings. Why we take the blessings of all our elders? Because to have a blessed life. For this blessed life, one must have the progress. Work like slaves. Results is selflessness and attachment. Working as a master of our own mind gives rise to the bliss of non-attachment. We often talk of rights and justice. Rights and justice. See, always we used to utter these words. Rights. It is the right to talk. It is my justice to do this. Duties. When we discharge our duties, we feel that it is our right. So, in his words, author says in a different way. We often talk of rights and justice, but we find that in the world, right and justice are mere baby talks. This is similarized to baby talks. Baby talks means meaningless words. Idina hakku. Idina hakku. When we talk about the rights, we are very particular to talk about the duties, but we forget our duties and claim for the rights, which is not a suitable word. It's like a baby's talks, meaningless words. The exercise of might is invariably the exercise of selfishness. All men and women try to make the most of whatever power or advantage they have. According to the situations, the man is supposed to move accordingly. Either the good or the bad. Leaving aside the selfishness, we must respect and honor selflessness and showing love to each other. All men and women try to make the most of whatever power or advantage they have. Mercy is heaven itself. Having mercy is heaven. Many keep the name mercy. All the girls keep the word name as mercy. And this mercy leads us to heaven. Mercy is a heavenly life. Keeping the name mercy and the person, they not show their mercy. The last conclusion of the lesson. Here we give up all the fruits of the work and Lord and worshipping Him. Thus we have no right to express anything from mankind for the work we do. What we